Last orders at the bar, please.
Welcome to Tavern Tales, a curated 5e Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the tales of the Yawning Portal campaign module by Wizards of the Coast. Previously on Tavern Tales. After exploring the Great Hall, Tex walking into a mural, getting trapped, and finding their very likenesses on the walls, the group finally found the button to move on.
Come sit down and drink with the enemy, raise a glass and toast to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So come sit down and laugh with the enemy, raise a glass and sing to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So I won't end up being alone, 'cause I won't drink my drink alone. So what about you? One beer or two, I'll drink to you.
Frescoes to your right and to your left. The doors are slid to either side of you and now open. Everyone's clothes are warm and dry thanks to Penny's magical musical efforts. And while my players are chilled and cold in my basement, it is very warm and dry in this area. You can picture that in your minds. And because we haven't in a little while, why don't you, as each of you enters the room to stand in this long great hallway, arched ceiling, frescoes, beautiful drawings, light from your continual flame, torches glowing, describe your characters as you enter. And we'll start with Chelsea.
My name is Chelsea. My character is Maryland Jane. She's an air genasi. As she walks into this room, her hair is fairly short. It's bleach white. There's not a single ounce of color to it. Her face has got this long scar that goes across it. And she's got a couple scars that look like big rake marks from like a claw around her neck that go down her torso as well. She is fairly fit as well, having to climb things all the time. So yeah, she looks like a badass. Don't fuck with her.
And I'm Allison, and I am playing Pennsylvania Jones, and that is for ass kicker. Translates directly as that. And Penny is, as what she likes to be called, is a terrafolk. So she looks like a big old giant pterodactyl. And so she's dark green with bright green, or no, she had bright green eyes, but now they are shit brown because of Zotzalaha. And she's covered in lots of scars from battles in the past, but she's actually a bard, so she has quite an interesting life experience from just, I guess she sings songs and people don't like it and take it out on her, hit her with a lute. It's a hard life.
Your master would lash you with lute strings when you got something wrong.
Yeah, that sounds good. Like an old school, like
life.
Yeah, right on the talons. Yeah, and so she has scars, but she's a bard, but also an archaeologist.
Tales of the Yawning Portal.
The Yawning Portal, yeah.
Emphasis on yawning.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Aaron, back here for another tale from the Yawning Portal. I just yawned. I'm playing Texas Walker, the Shadarkai Elf Ranger. Just got back from a crazy experience with a water nymph thing. No, medium-sized elf. Everything about him is average in this particular instance, and very concerned about what he's seeing on the wall, which appears to be a portrayal of his dead self. So, yeah.
Hi, this is Paige, playing Alabama Johnson. Alabama is a very good-looking guy with a bell between his legs. With pearly white skin, so sometimes it looks like it's a glowing bell, but that's okay. With matte, hunter green eyes, which really gets the ladies, except he doesn't want none of that, unless it's Arizona, as we have learned. He is an Aasimar, but pretty much looks human, unless you set him off. And then he becomes something completely different, and sprouts bat wings due to his relationship with Zotzi.
Cool. What color is his skin? I thought his skin was kind of like a bronzish color.
No, his skin is still very pearl white.
Okay, pearl white. Okay.
So funny, like
how many sets of green eyes do we have at this table?
Well, I got shit brown now.
Yeah, I know. It's good because the ratio is just astronomical. Because also, I am Marie Claire, and I am playing Florida Man, who, like all Florida men, is a disappointment to their mother. Florida Man is a tall vengeance paladin of black hair, green eyes, would be quite attractive to the evil villain in Big Trouble in Little China, I assume. But just like the two mains who are captured to become his bride, I would put up a hell of a fight. Florida Man tends to make bad decisions, but the party seems to be making worse decisions for her. So that's been interesting. Usually she's used to being the one that makes the most wrong decisions.
Cool. Okay. So.
Wait, am I the only one without green eyes right now? Or
No,
that didn't
me, you
start
and
with
me.
green?
Oh, yeah, then just you.
What the hell?
It's the Green Eye Club.
Cool.
One of these things is
Not like the other.
I'm so much not like the other.
That's why you're not on the frescoes, because you don't have green eyes. So, speaking of frescoes, you go through the double doors, and the entire Great Hall is immediately to your left. You turn and situate yourself. The left-hand side is the side that has all of the fighting and the wars and the killings and all of these invaders that they're trying to repel. The right-hand side, the far side, has all of that other stuff. The exploration, the death of Texas Walker, things like that. The pyramid with the glowing light. It's not glowing. It's painted and done in such a way that it casts a light upon everything at the top of this pyramid. And Texas Walker lays dead upon the steps of it. That's about halfway down. That's about as far as you can see at this juncture. As you walk down, of course, going slowly, checking for traps, stepping over the debris, trying to move quietly as you are wont to do, you recognize and realize that the left-hand side, that's the side that has like everything else you've encountered along the way. All of if you were to think about where you've been, like that's where the grotto is. Further to the left, that's where the sand is, where Calcakila and the crayfish are. Further to the left, that's where you fell in the first place. So you're kind of reaching that point. That's where you reach the thing. You can see the twinned serpent's arch in the distance. It's about 60 feet away. So you're halfway down this long, great hall, and the frescoes stretch on. They're beautiful, luxurious. You see them with clear clarity. You finish up the rest of the way. You're approaching the twinned serpents.
So wait. Pausing.
Sure.
I look at the fresco and I'm like, and here's the mermaid, and here's the hallway.
No, I'm just pointing out that left-hand side is where you came from. It's not on the frescoes.
I was just trying to be clear.
That's just the side of where
I take some mental pictures.
The side of the dungeon that you've come from. You're walking back and you're like, if you're picturing in your mental head, you've gone forward 20 feet that way, gone to the left, gone back that way, gone to the right, gone back that way. And you've gone like a little S-shaped lines, and it's kind of all been in one direction generally.
Okay.
You haven't gone up any actual stairs that have taken you on top of some other place you've been.
Okay.
Cool. You're approaching these archways with the twinning snakes. Twinning snakes? Twinning snakes? They are entwined. And you can see that on the other side of the archway, there's a little cubby, but they're enclosed. It isn't like it's a corridor that leads anywhere else. And it goes straight on. And that's when I need perception checks from everyone.
Let's do this, Tex.
As you're doing your marching order. Cool. How did we do Alabama Johnson?
19.
Awesome. How did we do Maryland?
18.
How did we do Penny?
22.
How did we do Tex?
11.
How did we do Florida Man?
19.
For shits and giggles, because it's funny, Texas is out front because he saw the Texas wanted to learn. Maybe he learns how he died along the frescoes further along. Is there more of me? Why did this happen?
I gotta make a new sheet now.
You see, he's about to walk through the twining serpent's archway. He's about to walk further down the corridor, which extends on into shadow. You've walked for 120 feet already. He's in the lead. He's about to walk forward, but He is literally about to walk face first into a mural that just looks like the wall.
Aww.
It just looks like it. He can't tell. The rest of you, all of you can tell. You all immediately know that is a mural, and he is about to walk face first into it. Bam.
Aw.
Who doesn't say anything knowing it's going to be an hilarious, funny moment of bonk? So, oh my God. For those at home, all of them raised their hands.
We
Can't say
bitches.
no to that.
We all just stand back and watch.
This
Doesn't even
is the
notice.
Aaron roleplay night. Where
If he gets mad, I'm just going to say, I thought you knew it was there. We all saw it. Why didn't you see it?
We thought you'd stop.
Yeah.
How much damage do I take now?
The mural comes true.
don't you hate it when you like run into a glass window that like doorway or whatever that you didn't know was like closed?
Okay, so the hallway only extends 5 feet past the arch, right? There's 2 little cubbies on either side. Doesn't seem to be really anything in those cubbies. And just
You make one bad roll.
bam. Please describe your character walking into a mural wall.
So Tex just walking as normal. And then all of a sudden, his progress seems to be impeded by something that he thought was true, but was apparently not. So he just kind of, his whole face kind of mushes into the wall, and then he kind of bounces back and shakes his head, and he looks at the wall, and he touches it with his hand a couple times.
You didn't see that?
Watch out there. This is not a passageway. It appears it is just a mural. And he steps back a little bit.
Roll a d4.
Aw.
You get to roll it. I won't. We'll see how much damage you took.
3.
So more damage than you took in the pool.
Walls are hard.
Yeah, walls are hard. So bashes himself into the wall, not adding your strength modifier or anything to that because you walked into a wall. Perfect.
Stop laughing.
Does it damage this perfect fresco illusion of whatever the
More?
hallway or whatever it is?
No, he doesn't damage it. It's just a mural painted into the thing, making it look like it extends into shadow. And of course, that red mist that's everywhere is kind of making this like it seems even more legit real. You needed a 15. The rest of you all destroyed it. Tex did not make it. He's got a scratch on the tip of his nose now from running into the mural.
So funny.
You're standing there on the other side of the archway, and it looks literally like the dungeon has faked you out.
Great.
Can we check the little cubbies?
Sure, yeah. You want to come on to the other side? You cross the arch and go check the cubbies?
I'd like to check the cubbies.
All right, you go to do that. What are you doing, Tex? You're standing there.
I'm going to...
Think about your life.
Tex is just kind of stunned at this point right now. He's trying to collect himself after just walking head first into a wall.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Actually, I quite like that. You can have a blue gem. As you spend a couple moments getting your whereabouts as you realize, oh, whoa, that's a wall. Penny goes over to inspect a niche. You go over and you go and check out the niche. As you enter it, you hear a loud click. The floor underneath you drops by about an inch, and horizontal bars shoot out of the twinning snakes, trapping you and your dear friend on the one side of the corridor. Trapping you and Tex on that side.
Guess you forgot to check for traps. Penny. Hey, guys. Little help.
I swear, one of these days I'm just going to leave you all behind.
Maryland starts to try and find a way to undo the trap.
Sure.
This is better than this one adventure I went on, and there's this huge boulder. Oh my goodness. I thought it was going to be pterodactyl pancake. I almost lost my hat.
So the entire area is a total of 30 feet one way or the other, and it's 5 feet deep. That's what you have. It's about 10 feet up to the top of the arch, and the bars have sprung across all the way up and down, trapping you on this side. As a functional space, it makes almost 0 sense to all of you. Literally, you'd have to go to the left or right to trigger these pressure plates. You would have had to like walk up to the mural and realize it's not a mural, seen, well, it's just a big long hallway with a weird trap at the end. But here you are.
Is there a secret door? Can I find a secret door?
On your side?
Yep.
Okay, you want to start looking for a secret door over there? And
Yep.
Cool.
Without tricking any traps.
That'll be fun. You can go off and have a little private adventure as you sift through debris and try to find a way out
Perfect.
of this great hall.
Deal.
How far away from the party are you going to go?
Not very far.
Okay, because it's a 120-foot long hallway that is 20 feet wide, and the walls are 20 to 30 feet high. 20 feet high.
Like far enough that I can dash back.
Sure, a dash back would be a double move at 60 feet. You go about halfway. Okay, you go and explore. What are you up to there, Flo?
I'm going to try and help Maryland with the bars if she needs like brute strength or whatever.
Sure. You line up a row of shots, sling a rag over your shoulder.
Who ordered the ale?
Exactly, yes. Helping with the bars.
Yeah.
Closing time.
Closing time. She starts singing.
That makes good sense, yes. Because that's what Allison does whenever somebody says the name of a song anyway. So
Yes, that's true.
continuing on.
And that's like give them bardic inspiration to help me get me out. Is that an option? Because if it is, I'd like to use it.
I think you can.
Can I inspire for breaking traps?
It can be used for skill checks, right?
Yeah.
Maryland starts checking around the area to see if there's any other pressure plates that would kind of counteract the trap that has gone, or any kind of levers or things in the murals directly around that would give us any clues.
Okay, make a check.
15.
There does not seem to be anything to help you remove these bars.
Well, shit.
What are you two up to there? Trapped Tex and Penny?
I'm singing closing time.
Okay,
I'm just going to investigate on our side to see if there's anything that
sure. Make an investigation check. What are you looking for specifically?
any type of release or
You just you just got release like last session.
release for the bars.
I don't like you that way.
Any sort of like release or switch or something like that
Okay,
for the bars.
go ahead.
Help is a bonus action?
Yeah, you're allowed to do that. You have advantage on the check.
13.
There is nothing on your side of the walls. The walls are barren. The mural is literally a sham. The bars, there's nothing on that side. The twinning snakes don't seem to have anything at all. Penny tries to flap up to the top to like press on the mouths of the snakes while singing her song, and can't seem to do anything there. And the only thing you can think of is to try to lift or rest the plate that Penny stepped on back up and put it back into place.
Dungeoneering kits have crowbars.
Yep.
I got one of those.
There's a couple people with crowbars. Do you have a crowbar?
I have an explorer's pack.
So no crowbar.
No
Only
crowbar.
the one crowbar. Okay.
I just happen to know that when you have a dungeoneering kit, you have a crowbar.
I have a miner's pick. That's my best thing.
That might help.
I pull out my crowbar.
Yep.
I guess I try to lift the plate.
You can't reach the plate.
Here, use this. It might work.
I take the crowbar and I try and pry the plate up.
All right. Takes 10 minutes for the two of you working together with the crowbar, slipping fingers underneath to try to lift this thing up.
Can I sing a working song and give him bardic inspiration to help?
He doesn't have to make a check. It's just 10 minutes of your time trying to lift this plate
Singing
up.
makes work more enjoyable and more productive. That's a word.
Sure. You sing a little song.
I've been working on the railroad all the
I wish you had said pressure plate instead of railroad, but
missed opportunity.
Just do it again.
all right. You've made your way 15 feet down. Which side? Paige, are you going the side that has the exploration or the side that has the invaders?
Invaders.
Okay, yeah. You don't seem to find anything.
Then the other one.
Right, yeah. So you do that one, and then you do the other side
On the way back.
on the way back. So you only go about 15, 20 feet. That's how far you've gone at this point. So are you going to then, because it's been like over the 10 minutes, you could go there and then come back. They figure it's going to take them about 10 minutes of time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the 10 minutes, you've managed to lift the plate up just enough that the bars move about an inch open with a loud. It is taking all of the two of your prodigious strength, because your strength is what?
12.
And your strength is what?
Also 12.
So 24 strength is enough to hold this pressure plate up and keep those horizontal bars open an inch. You hear the sound, of course, Alabama. What does everybody do when the bars slide open 1 inch? It's taking all of your strength. You're going to need to make a strength check between the two of you to see how long you can hold it open.
Can we help, move the bars from our side?
Okay. Yes. You would like to hold the bars? Okay.
I'll dash back and help too.
Excellent.
Maryland's gonna take out the immovable rod. Hey. And
Oh, wow.
I know. I forgot I had it.
Yeah, of course you did.
That was from the other
Did you
campaign.
pass that to the pair over there, or did you?
As soon as the
use
bars
it yourself?
open an inch, I put it underneath the plate
You
to
can't
hold the
get
plate
to the
up.
plate. You could
We're
give
too
it to
far.
them to put underneath the plate. But they are currently
We're
holding the
busy.
plate with as much of their strength as they possibly can.
Where's a familiar when you need one?
I can bring the immovable rod there by doing Misty Step.
You could, if you wanted to. But the bars are now being held apart and trying to push them back to where they're supposed to go while you hold the plate up with your fingertips for as long as you can. So I want each of you to take 3d6.
3d6.
3d6 each. 3. And I want you to put them between your compatriots.
Not this.
What?
No.
No.
Yes.
I quit.
Yes.
We build in a tower?
3d6.
No.
Now, if you have a strength higher than 15, you only need to put 2d6 between you and the person next to you.
What?
So you're going to stretch across to Marie Claire. This is the hard one right here.
I have a strength of 20 or of 18. So
18 is 2. So yes, 2 and 2. You are 3. You are 2?
No, I have 13.
13. Okay. But
Then I have itty bitty one.
I think I really like the concept of the immovable rod, but you couldn't do it. And it has to be your pointer finger.
What?
God damn it.
I have little girl hands.
It's your pointer finger. It doesn't
I have
matter how
little
big your
girl
hand
hands.
is. It's your pointer finger. Okay. You have to hold them aloft for 5 seconds. A count of 5 on my part.
No, stop
But
pushing.
if you would like to, try to remove one of those other sets of 3, you could if you would like to. Because 2, super easy. 3, a little harder. If there is something that you would like to do to remove one of those 3s, you could, if you would like to.
Right? Like I can't throw my miner's pick in. All of a sudden it'd be too late.
Now, your miner's pick is
Yeah.
part of the whole thing. That immovable rod, it'd be helpful, but you'd have to spend a white gem, and that would remove, I would say it would remove 2 of those sets of 3 if you wanted to.
I believe in
All right.
us.
Then that's cool.
sorry,
can't.
I'm have to stretch when I can move the mic
Kyle?
with me.
Yeah. Oh, you're spending a white gem for the miner's pick?
Yeah.
Okay, that removes 2 of those dice of your
one
choosing.
from each?
Yeah, one from each.
So there's still a 3 there, right? Right here?
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
fuck up.
All right. Now, if you don't hold for 5 seconds and it falls, you have to spend another 10 minutes because you weren't able to do all of the things and move all those bars back out of
I
place.
believe in us, guys.
And it is only because it is 9:30 at night that I did not make this 4, and you had
Isn't
to
that
hold
what
3.
we did last time?
No, last time you had to do 6.
Oh, right.
And then
That's
you were
why
able
it was
to
so
knock the number
frustrating.
down. So it shouldn't be too frustrating because here we go. We only have 1 3 here. Everything else is great. This is the one I'm excited about. We're going to raise. I will count in 3, 2, 1. Lift. Higher.
No.
That has to be higher. That has to be higher. That has to be higher.
We're going. Just wait. No, don't move.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are magical. You managed to hold the bars aloft.
Yay!
You managed to hold the plate. So you hold the plate with your fingertips and all your might. Somehow or other, Maryland must have given you the immovable rod before you raised the plate. And you stick that in there and you lock it into place. And then everybody else pushes the bars back to where they go. You hear each of those bars click into place. And then you can take the immovable rod out and the pressure plate does not collapse back down. You have reset the trap and you are safe. to leave this area.
So this is like a dead end, or is there actually like an exit?
There does not seem to be an exit over here at all. Just a trap with a mural.
Maryland's going to go to the other side where there would possibly be a trap.
Yes.
It's going to look on the ground for any kind of pressure plate
Yes.
where that trap might be.
Yes.
Is it there?
That was definitively a pressure plate trap as well. Both sides of
Okay.
the same pressure plate trap.
Can I explore the orifice without triggering the plate at all? Can I like walk around the plate?
It's 5 foot by 5 foot, and the entire flagstone is the pit itself, is that trap itself on both sides of this. There is nothing over here except a mural, 2 pressure plates, and blank wall.
Cool. I'm going to start exploring everything else with Alabama.
Do you ever
Perfect.
like wonder why they make these things? Like, what was the point?
So someone would die here?
Just seems weird. Like, you know, like what's the reason behind this architecture specifically? Like, I want to create a wall to nowhere. Maybe it's like some sort of metaphor for how life is suffering. I don't know.
It must be so interesting being in your brain.
My mom always said that my brain was filled with swamp water.
She may have a point. Anyways, and
Okay.
so Penny walks up and she wants to look at the mural with the pterodactyls.
Yep,
The
you look
terrafolks.
at the mirror with the terrafolk. Make a wisdom saving throw.
11.
It is very horrendous, and the death to your people is brutal and masochistic and mean.
Penny sheds a silent tear.
A silent tear. as opposed to a
Unlike those loud
tear.
tears you always
Yeah,
hear
exactly.
about. Well, I've had enough of this place.
So you begin to continue to look more thoroughly around everywhere, and I would like investigation checks from everyone, and the 2 that still, or that don't worship Zotzalaha, that have had conversations with Kinich Aja, have advantage on the check.
Is that what is that?
That's crit.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so we have at least 1 critical success. How did we do, Florida Man?
Is this perception?
Yeah.
I got a
Investigation or
I got a 12.
A 12 is not enough. You believe, though, that the far side, the side that has the exploration, must have some way out along the fresco. You can't figure it out. And you, Tex, how did you do?
6.
Tex, your fingernails are dirty again. You don't know how that happened. Your nose is sore. How did we do, Alabama?
11.
11. You also believe that the way out is on that other side, the exploration side. And then we have 2 critical successes, it looks like, over here from Maryland, Jane, and Pennsylvania. Well, I can tell you that Pennsylvania can't figure it out
Because of the zoots?
because it's not being made clear to you, even though you critically succeeded. There's something blocking and obscuring your vision from being able to see it. But Maryland, the light of the sun at the top of the pyramid, actually for you, it's the death of Texas Walker. You don't ever really look beyond the death of Texas Walker on the pyramid steps. He must die. The sacrifice must be made, sort of thing. Whereas Maryland, you look above it and you see the sun that is there, that is inset. The sun seems to be a button.
Push the button.
Hey guys, I found it. How high up is that?
Okay, how many times has somebody else said, "Hey guys, I found it," only to be wrong during this exploration?
All of the time.
How high up is it?
It is quite high up in the air. It is, in fact, 12 to 15 feet up.
Cool. Is there any kind of architecture that I could climb on at all?
Nope, it's all fresco flat wall.
It's all fresco.
Yeah.
If only we had friends that could fly.
I mean, you could literally stand on Texas's back and reach it.
That's also, also option.
I'm not there.
You're somewhere nearby.
You could climb your
You're stepping
very
on the
tall friend.
pressure plate again?
That roll probably.
All right, cool. You step on the pressure plate again and the bars snap shut. Thank you for that. You may also now have another white gem.
No.
It's all right. I have a way to get out. I just realized.
Your removable rod?
All right.
You have your paint. You could have just painted.
Paint a hole.
Painted
Looney
a door.
Tunes.
He could easily painted a door. It would have been awkward. I think
Couldn't you have just painted the bars away?
I could have painted.
Erase
I
them?
could have painted like a hole in the wall, or could have like used my teleport out of the bars.
yeah, your teleport was all you could have done.
Yeah.
But your paints wouldn't have helped you. unfortunately. Nonetheless, you're trapped again, which is just ridiculous.
Seriously, Tex?
But you found the button just as he traps himself. Thank you for that white. I'm glad to give you that white gem. You're going to need it later.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Alabama, can I borrow your shoulders?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand here.
I like when a woman tells me what to do.
Don't talk. Maryland.
All right.
Jeez. Maryland then proceeds to lightly jump up onto Alabama's shoulders.
Cool. I
Hey,
like
watch
that
the bell.
She literally just leapt onto your shoulders. It's really cool. I love it because you're so light as air. And
And then she reaches up and pokes the button.
pushes the button in. It takes a bit of force and strength. It's just a DC 5 strength check. Make it a strength check just to do it because who knows, maybe you're not strong enough the moment to push a button.
Even
You
if
do.
I rolled a 1, I would be strong enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you push the button in, and when you do, there is a loud click, and the pressure plate resets, and the bars open.
Dang it.
That's what immediately takes all of your attention because suddenly Texas Walker is freed. You feel a cold breeze wash over you as the place opens and a huge wash of more of that red poisonous gas pours into the room. Guess what, Florida man? It's been another hour. Take the damage. Yes, because the sun painting, the painting of the pyramid itself and the sun conceals a secret door. And you have discovered the portion of the work that depicts the sun is separate from the rest and can be depressed as a button. Pushing it reveals an open secret door that is the entirety of the temple itself that slides forward and in, and it shows another room.
Ooh.
What?
And behind door number 1,
Your death.
A new car.
a new car.
My death.
Will he take showcase number 1 or showcase number 2?
Somebody just babysit Tex before he walks into another wall.
Texas Walker.
Texas walk into a wall.
I was trying to think what the long form of Texas would be. Like Texas was his short name, and it's Tex Herbert or something.
Texas with a $sign.
Texaster.
Open before you
Texter.
is a corridor that is high-ceilinged and decorated with sculptures mounted on the walls. So like picture big animal heads. Can you see them? Yeah, I know you keep looking at the book.
Because I keep seeing the eagle head.
Yeah, then now you've encountered that room.
Cool.
Big sculptures mounted on the walls. I'll show you all the picture in a moment. 2 corridors branch off from the main hall, a narrow one way, and another the other, of course. It's a T intersection. The statuary that adorns the walls consists of 4 sculpted heads of animals. Each one is 6 feet above the floor and 2 to 3 feet in diameter. Opposite the passage that leads east is the stylized head of a coyote. Across from the hallway going west is the head of a grinning bear. And near the south is the head of a bison. And lastly, at the north end of the area on the west wall is what appears to be the head of an eagle with its beak open, and something shiny is inside the eagle's mouth.
Can I just say these sound like very North American animals and not jungly animals, right?
So I will just point out there are 4 sculptures on the right and 2 on the right side, 2 on the left side. The one first is on the right, and then another is further down on the left, and that one, its face opens onto a corridor that goes that way, towards your right. Further down, you can't quite make it out because it starts to get dim light because you only have good light for 30, dim light for another 30. And then there's another bigger corridor that you can see, and there's an animal head that's pointing that way too. Lastly, way down in the recesses is that 4th one. And that's the eagle with the open mouth, with the thing inside it that's shiny, and it's pointing. And you think it's probably pointing towards a corridor as well.
They spit fire. It's a trap.
No one touch the shiny thing, please.
But it's so shiny.
It's a trap.
Maryland's going to go and check out the nearest head.
Sure. You all step forward, and as you do, the timer or whatever it is expires, and the button that you pushed slowly depresses, and the wall behind you closes off. and you are left with the image of a bas-relief sculpture of a warrior armed with a spear and shield. The shield that is on the floor resembles a sundial, complete with a marker standing out from the wall, and etched upon the shield's surface are runes in Olman. And for everyone that can read Olman, it says, turn back.
Helpful.
Yep.
Would have been good to read that before.
Oh, well, yeah, if you'd come at it from this way.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to go any further this way. It's literally what it's trying to tell you. Don't
But
go
we've
this
already-
way. You've
we've already
already
done
been
it.
this way.
So I've already done the worst parts.
You apparently.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't think so.
Aw. Where's your optimism?
It's gone.
That's fair.
It left with a nymph.
Okay, so the first one is a coyote. Allison, describe the coyote sculpture head.
It looks like it had a bad death. Like it's got like a really gnarled face. Like it's been like, rah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anything
Wild
special
eyes.
about it?
The eyes are like also like pretty derpy. Like so whoever taxidermied it or whatever.
Oh, it's a sculpture, not a...
Well, whoever, that's not a good sculpture. So
Okay.
like one eye's like going like up to the right and the other one's going like down to the left, like total derpy eyes.
Cool. You can see the mark of the sculpture person, and the mark of the sculpture person, Maryland Jane, is in Dwarven. Do you read Dwarven? No?
Yes.
Cool. It says Bagram Stonehammer.
Not even surprised.
He was
I've
never
heard
a
about
good
that guy.
sculptor.
So a guy named Fogra made that shit.
I like that name. He sounds cool. Sounds like he likes to kick ass and take names.
He should have stuck with that and not dabbled in the arts.
This was his, like, I assume,
outlet.
art therapy for
Yeah.
all of the abuse that he had experienced. I just assume because you can sense all of the pain in the artist's eyes.
Now it's abusing our eyes.
Because this one is not looking in any particular direction, there's no corridor facing on the other one. But as you work your way down the hallway, you can see the next one, which I'll get Paige to describe, is that of a grinning bear.
It is a very big statue of a bear. You can tell this bear had a very large head, and you could tell this was depicted after a bear of war,
Cool.
and it had a huge scar carved into the face that started on one end of the bear's face, right through the snout, through the eye, and the bear's missing an eye where the scar is, all the way up to his ear, and then he's missing half of his ear, not by mistake, but just of what happened to this bear. So obviously he tells a very interesting story, probably based in Scotland.
I was going to say, this bear sounds familiar.
I love it. This is brave. He's a very brave bear.
Very brave.
And he's grinning. That's cool.
The corridor that the bear is looking at is only 5 feet wide and extends off into a distance you can't really make out because the light just does not go far enough down this corridor. And the height of it is only about 10 feet tall that it's looking down. The next one is the bison, which we will have described by Marie Claire.
The bison is almost an odd human / bison statue where like the legs are man legs.
There are no heads. Sorry, there are no legs.
sorry.
It looks like this.
Oh,
I just want to know what the animals look like. A little
never
bit.
mind. The bison has horns, but one of the horns is broken off halfway
Oh, cool.
and
Like sculpted that way or
Yeah.
something happened?
sculpted that way. And the bison has like a ring in its nostrils.
Ooh.
Cool. Yeah. A stone ring that's carved
Yeah.
into the... I love it. That's awesome. Is there any engravings in the stone of the bison?
Uh,
Nostril ring or whatever?
Yep.
Cool. You can't make it out. It's faded and torn and broken, but yep. If you could, the ring would be engraved with Dead Ringer. The last one, the eagle, has something inside it. Who would like to describe the eagle and who would like to describe the something of my remaining 2 describers?
I'll describe the eagle.
Cool. Please go ahead, describe the eagle for us.
So the eagle statue, it's kind of like mid-flight, and its wings are kind of buffeted out to the sides, and it's carrying a fish in its claws, and it's
Oh, sorry. It's just the head of the eagle.
Oh, it's just the head?
Just the head.
Oh, okay. So it's got
You
like
just have to picture the fish.
it's just yeah.
It looks like it's hungry.
So it looks like it's kind of screeching, like it would be screeching at like some prey that it's going after. So its mouth is wide open and it's got kind of like an angry
Cast to its brow.
anger. Yeah, to its
love it.
brow. Yeah.
Are the feathers really well detailed in the engraving, or are they kind of just referenced?
They're referenced.
Okay. Inside the mouth is a bracelet that's made of metal. Describe it for me. It's shining.
The bracelet is made up of one strand that is woven against itself that looks almost like those Celtic knots where it never ends, and it just keeps going that all the way around, while also encirculating a little gem, and it goes around the gem, and the gem spins on a little pivot.
Very
I love
cool.
it. There is, of course, you could go the way of the eagle. You can go the way of the bison. You can go the way of the bear. Those are your 3 possible exits from this room. And of course, there's this bracelet wedged into the mouth of this eagle that await you. But we will have to discover and figure all of that out next time, because today's game session has ended.
Dun dun dun.
I was really hoping that you would have described the bear as like had his hand in a jar, and on the jar it said honey, but it was spelled HUNNY.
Oh, bother.
Except it was just the head.
Bah, why can't it be more?
I was wondering why no one else got that. I'm like, I heard that when he said it.
Raise a glass and drink with the enemy. Raise a glass and sing with the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own. And raise a glass and toast to the enemy. Raise a glass and sing to the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales, a curated Dungeons & Dragons 5e game set in the Tales of the Yawning Portal adventure module by Wizards of the Coast. Our intro and outro music is the song Tavern Tales by the Bad Billy Band. You can find out more about the Bad Billy Band on iTunes or at www.badbillyband.com, or follow them on Twitter at badbillyband. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or find us on Twitter at tavern_tales. We'll be back next week with more of the adventure.